Have you ever wondered if there are invisible forces around you offering protection and guidance? Imagine discovering that angels may be present in your home, sending subtle yet powerful signs of their presence. Often, these signs manifest in ways that defy logic and reason. Signs like bright lights, unexpected floral scents, or even repeated numbers can be proof that you are never alone. In this video, we will explore these inexplicable phenomena that indicate angelic presence, bringing a new perspective on the spiritual energy that surrounds your life. Get ready to dive into inspiring stories and learn how to recognize the signs of angels in your own home. After all, understanding these messages can transform your way of seeing the world and provide a sense of peace and security like never before. Have you ever entered a room and suddenly felt an indescribable peace? A sense of serenity that seems to float in the air, transforming the atmosphere of the place. Many believe that this feeling could be the angelic presence, a spiritual energy that purifies and elevates the vibration of the environment. Imagine being in a stressful moment and suddenly the anxiety disappears, replaced by a welcoming tranquility. This is the power of angels, creating a haven of calm amid the chaos. This change in the environment's energy can be perceived in various ways. Besides the feeling of peace, a profound sense of protection and security may arise, as if an invisible force is enveloping the place. It's as if the angels are there, removing any negativity and filling the space with positive energy. People who experience this often report that even the air seems lighter and worries more distant. For many, these moments are not mere coincidences. They believe that angels use these occasions to convey their presence and support. Imagine coming home after a tiring day, and upon entering the living room you feel an instant relief, as if all your problems have been washed away. This could be a sign of angels purifying the environment, an inexplicable but deeply comforting phenomenon. The angelic presence can be felt not only as a sense of peace, but also as a gentle and reassuring angelic touch. If you pay attention to these moments of sudden serenity, you will start to notice patterns. It can be during a silent prayer or while meditating, when spiritual energy becomes palpable. Do not ignore these experiences. Embrace and trust them. The feeling of peace you feel is a sign that you are not alone, that angels are with you, elevating your energy and bringing light to your life. And speaking of light, have you seen those bright lights and colors that appear out of nowhere? What was the most surprising experience you had with an inexplicable phenomenon that could be a sign of angels? Respond in the comments. Have you ever noticed bright lights or flashes of vibrant colors appearing without a visible source? These inexplicable phenomena are often associated with angelic presence. Imagine being in a moment of deep meditation or prayer and suddenly glimpsing luminous orbs or a golden aura around you. These signs of angels may last only a few seconds, but leave a lasting impression of protection and comfort. These visual manifestations are not just coincidences, they are signs of angels communicating through angelic lights. The colors you see can vary, but white and gold are often reported as indicative of angelic presence. A practical example would be a person who, during a moment of reflection, saw a white glow around them, immediately feeling a sense of peace and security. These events serve as visual reminders that you are being watched over and cared for. For those who experience these phenomena, the feeling is indescribable. It's as if the angels are sending a direct message, ensuring that you are protected. These angelic lights can appear anywhere, in your home, at work, or even outdoors. Imagine walking in a park and seeing a golden glow beside you, a visual confirmation of angelic presence. This not only brings comfort, but also a certainty that you are not alone. So next time you notice these apparitions of lights and colors, accept them as signs from angels. They are there to remind you of their presence and protection. Open your heart to these signs and trust the spiritual energy they bring. And speaking of signs, have you heard those inexplicable sounds like whispers or angelic music? Have you noticed any sudden change in the energy of the environment or heard angelic sounds during moments of meditation or prayer? How was that experience? Leave your response in the comments. Have you ever stopped to listen to soft sounds like whispers, angelic music, or chimes without an apparent source? These angelic sounds can arise at the most peaceful moments, like a gentle touch from the invisible. Imagine being in a state of calm or during moments of silence and being surprised by a serene melody that seems to fill the environment. These inexplicable sounds are often attributed to the presence of angels, communicating comfort and security. Many people report hearing these angelic sounds, especially during meditation or prayer. The music that manifests is melodious and calming, creating an atmosphere of peace. A practical example would be someone who, during deep meditation, hears a soft melody that seems to come out of nowhere, bringing a sense of well-being and tranquility. These sounds, although they have no physical origin, are perceived as direct communication from angels, a response to your state of mind or a prayer. These inexplicable phenomena are not mere auditory illusions. They carry a spiritual energy that can be felt deep within. Imagine yourself in a moment of reflection, hearing a comforting whisper that seems to float in the air, an angelic touch that touches your soul. These angelic sounds serve as reminders that you are being cared for and protected even when you cannot see the angels. They are signs of communication, conveying messages of comfort and presence in a way that words cannot express. Next time you hear these inexplicable sounds, welcome them with an open heart. Trust that the angels are communicating with you, bringing peace and serenity through these auditory manifestations. And speaking of manifestations, have you ever felt the scent of flowers or incense without an apparent source? Have you ever felt the scent of flowers or incense without a visible source? These pleasant aromas suddenly appearing and disappearing as quickly as they appeared are often associated with the presence of angels. Imagine being in a moment of prayer or meditation and suddenly feeling the delicate aroma of roses around you. This inexplicable phenomenon is considered an angelic sign, a way for the angels to communicate their presence. Many people describe these aromas as the smell of fresh flowers, especially roses, or a soft incense that permeates the environment. A practical example would be someone who, during a moment of deep meditation, feels a flower aroma that was not present before, bringing an immediate sense of comfort and peace. These angelic scents serve as an olfactory reminder of the protective presence of angels, offering an angelic touch that soothes the spirit. These inexplicable aromas can appear anywhere, whether at home, at work, or outdoors. Imagine sitting in your garden reflecting on the day and suddenly smelling the perfume of flowers that are not around. This angelic sign can be a way of bringing a sense of serenity and security, a reminder that you are being watched over and protected. The angelic presence can be felt through this aroma, elevating the spiritual energy of the environment. Next time you smell flowers or incense without an apparent source, accept it as a sign from the angels. They are communicating with you, bringing a sense of peace and tranquility through these scents. And speaking of sensations, have you noticed temperature changes in a specific area without an apparent cause? Have you ever felt a sudden change in temperature in an environment without any logical explanation? These variations, whether of warmth or cold, are often interpreted as signs of the presence of angels. Imagine sitting in a quiet place, immersed in spiritual thoughts, and suddenly feeling a comforting warmth or a refreshing coolness around you. This change in temperature can be an inexplicable phenomenon, but deeply significant. These temperature changes are usually subtle but noticeable. A practical example would be being in prayer and feeling a wave of warmth that seems to embrace you, bringing a sense of security and protection. Or during a meditation, feeling a slight cold that calms your mind and body. These signs of angels manifested through temperature changes are ways of communication that angels use to interact with you, elevating the spiritual energy of the environment. Many people report these experiences during moments of introspection or spiritual connection. Imagine reflecting on a problem and feeling a cool breeze that calms your worries, as if the angels are responding to your thoughts. These temperature changes can be perceived as an angelic touch, a tangible sign of the angelic presence that brings comfort and tranquility. Next time you feel an unexpected temperature variation, pay attention and welcome this sensation. It can be a sign that the angels are interacting with you, offering their protective energy and elevating the vibration of the environment. And speaking of sensations, have you ever had the impression of being watched even when you are alone? Have you ever had the feeling that someone is present, even when you are completely alone? This sensation, rather than being frightening, often brings a feeling of comfort and security. Imagine being at home, absorbed in your thoughts, and feeling a loving presence that seems to watch you tenderly. Many believe that this feeling of being watched can be a sign of angels, a manifestation of the angelic presence by your side. People who experience this feeling often report an angelic touch, as if they are being invisibly hugged. A practical example would be going through a difficult moment and suddenly feeling that someone is beside you, offering support and protection. This inexplicable phenomenon can be especially comforting during moments of need, functioning as a reminder that you are not alone. The feeling of being watched can occur anywhere, at home, at work, or outdoors. Imagine walking in a park and suddenly feeling a welcoming presence around you. This feeling of spiritual energy can be a sign that angels are caring for you, watching over and protecting you at every step of your way. This angelic presence is not just a vague feeling, but a tangible energy that elevates your spirit and brings peace. Next time you feel you are being watched, trust this feeling. It can be a sign from the angels, offering their presence and protection in a subtle but powerful way. And speaking of angelic signs, have you ever had vivid dreams with angelic figures or clear messages? Have you ever woken up from a vivid dream with angelic figures or clear messages that seemed incredibly real? Many people believe that angels use dreams as a means of direct communication. Imagine sleeping deeply and suddenly being in front of an angelic figure that transmits a message of comfort or guidance. These dreams with angels are often full of symbols and meanings, leaving a lasting impression upon waking. Angelic dreams are especially striking and filled with spiritual energy. A practical example would be dreaming of an angel who offers advice on a difficult situation you are facing. Upon waking, the clarity and sense of peace are unmistakable, as if a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. These inexplicable phenomena are considered an angelic touch to your subconscious, a way for angels to connect directly with you during sleep. These dreams can vary from tranquil visions of angels to direct messages that seem like answers to your prayers or concerns. Imagine dreaming of an angel who gives you a white feather, a classic symbol of protection and angelic presence, and upon waking, finding a feather beside your bed. These signs of angels in dreams are not only comforting, but also offer practical and emotional guidance for your waking life. Therefore, next time you have a vivid dream with angels, pay attention to the details and meanings. They may contain important and comforting messages from the angels. And speaking of tangible signs, have you found angelic feathers in unexpected places? Have you ever found feathers, especially white ones, in unexpected places? Many people believe that these angelic feathers are clear signs of the presence of angels. Imagine walking through your house and suddenly finding a white feather on the floor with no logical explanation of how it got there. These inexplicable phenomena are seen as tangible messages from angels, symbolizing protection and care. These feathers can appear anywhere and at any time, usually when you need comfort or confirmation that you are being cared for. A practical example would be going through a stressful moment and entering your room to find a white feather on your bed. This angelic touch can bring an immediate sense of peace and security, a reminder that angels are by your side, offering invisible but powerful support. The presence of angelic feathers can be especially significant during moments of prayer or meditation. Imagine meditating and upon opening your eyes, seeing a delicate feather resting beside you. These signs of angels serve as symbols of hope and comfort, elevating the spiritual energy of the environment. Finding these feathers is not just a curious phenomenon, but a sign that you are being watched over and protected by angelic forces. Therefore, next time you find a feather in an unexpected place, accept it as a gift from the angels. It is there to remind you that you are not alone and that the angels are always present, guiding and protecting you. And speaking of angelic signs, have you noticed repeated number sequences like 111 or 444 appearing frequently? Have you noticed repeated number sequences like 111 or 444 appearing frequently in your life? These inexplicable phenomena are often considered signs from angels. Imagine looking at the clock and seeing exactly 11:11, or receiving a receipt with the amount of 4,444. These repeated numbers are often seen as messages from angels, indicating that you are on the right path and that they are guiding you. Each numerical sequence has a specific meaning and can offer important insights. A practical example would be seeing the number 333 repeatedly during a stressful week. According to many spirituality scholars, 333 is a sign that angels are around you, offering support and encouragement. These signs of angels can appear anywhere, on car plates, phone numbers, or even in dreams with angels, serving as constant reminders of angelic presence. Seeing repeated numbers can be an invitation to pay attention to your thoughts and emotions. Imagine noticing the sequence 111 during moments of great indecision. This angelic sign may be suggesting that you trust your intuition and follow your heart. These angelic touches manifested through numbers are subtle but powerful ways of communication from angels, guiding you through life's decisions. Therefore, next time you notice repeated numbers, take them seriously. They may be messages from angels offering guidance and support. Pay attention and trust the signs they send, because each number is a reminder that you are being cared for. And speaking of care and protection, have you noticed strange behavior in your pets, as if they were seeing something you cannot see? Finding repeated numbers like 111 or 444 is common for you. What do these numbers mean in your life? Answer in the comments below. Have you noticed your pet acting unusually, as if they are seeing something you cannot? Many believe that these strange behaviors may be signs of angelic presence. Imagine your cat staring fixedly at an empty corner of the room, or your dog acting excessively calm and protective. Animals are sensitive to spiritual energies and can detect angelic presences that we humans often do not perceive. Pets have an incredible ability to pick up on subtle vibrations. A practical example would be your dog starting to follow something invisible with their eyes, or snuggling close to you in a moment of need, bringing a sense of comfort. These inexplicable phenomena can be signs of angels interacting with the environment around you. The angelic presence can be felt through the reactions of animals, which often act as intermediaries between the spiritual and physical worlds. These strange behaviors can occur especially in moments of stress or difficulty. Imagine going through a tough period and noticing your cat behaving more affectionate and protective than usual. These angelic touches may be the angel's way of providing comfort and security through your pets. The spiritual energy they perceive can directly influence their behavior, making them more sensitive and attentive. Therefore, next time you notice your pet acting unusually, pay attention. It could be a sign that angels are present, offering protection and comfort through your faithful companion. And speaking of physical signs, have you witnessed objects moving or changing places without explanation? Have you witnessed objects moving or changing places without any logical explanation? These inexplicable phenomena are often considered signs of angelic presence. Imagine leaving a book on the table and returning to find it in another place without anyone else being at home. These subtle movements can be signs of angels demonstrating their presence in a physical and tangible way. These events can occur at specific moments, like during a prayer or when you are intensely thinking about something important. A practical example would be talking about angels and suddenly seeing a candle light up by itself, or an object falling gently off a shelf. These signs of angels are ways of communication that remind us of their presence, bringing an angelic touch to the environment. These movements of objects are often reported as gentle and not frightening. Imagine reading about angels and feeling a slight push on a book that falls beside you as if trying to get your attention. These angelic signs serve to reaffirm that you are being watched over and protected. The angelic presence manifests in physical ways, bringing a sense of security and well-being. Therefore, next time you notice an object moving without explanation, do not dismiss it as mere coincidence. It could be a sign from angels demonstrating their presence in a subtle but powerful way. And speaking of visual manifestations, have you noticed orbs or light figures appearing in photos taken at home? Have you noticed orbs or light figures appearing in photos taken at home? These anomalies in images are often considered signs of angelic presence. Imagine taking a photo during a special moment and revisiting the image to see small circles of light or luminous figures floating in the background. These inexplicable phenomena are seen as visual manifestations of the spiritual energy that angels bring with them. Orbs, which are often small circles of light, can appear in photos of celebrations or spiritual events, adding an angelic touch to the atmosphere. A practical example would be photographing a family gathering and discovering several orbs softly glowing around the people. These signs of angels serve as visual reminders that you are being watched over and protected, especially during significant moments. These light figures can appear even in normal, well-lit environments. Imagine taking a photo of your room during meditation and seeing a golden light beside your bed. These inexplicable phenomena not only bring comfort, but also confirm the angelic presence around you. The appearances of angelic lights in photos are a tangible way for angels to demonstrate their spiritual energy and constant support. Therefore, next time you notice orbs or light figures in your photos, welcome these signs with gratitude. They are visual proof that angels are with you, guiding and protecting you at every step of your way. And speaking of physical sensations, have you felt a gentle touch like a caress or an invisible hug? Have you felt a gentle touch like a caress or an invisible hug when you most needed comfort? These inexplicable phenomena are often considered signs of angelic presence. Imagine feeling sad or worried and suddenly feeling a gentle hand touching your shoulder or a comforting hug that seems to come out of nowhere. This angelic touch is a powerful form of communication, providing immediate relief and a sense of being cared for. Many people report these experiences during moments of vulnerability or prayer. A practical example would be being in a moment of deep meditation and feeling a soft caress on the face, bringing a sense of peace and security. These signs of angels can be a direct response to your prayers, a way for angels to show their support in a tangible way. The sensation of angelic touch is often described as comforting and calming, alleviating the weight of worries. These physical sensations can occur anywhere and at any time. Imagine sitting in a park reflecting on a problem and feeling a gentle touch on your hand as if an angel is there holding it. These angelic touches are physical manifestations of spiritual presence, providing comfort and assurance that you are being protected and guided. They are clear signs that you are not alone, even in the most difficult moments. Therefore, next time you feel an inexplicable touch, accept it as a gift from the angels. They are there to bring peace and security, offering their support in subtle but powerful ways. And speaking of comforting presences, have you seen or felt the presence of unknown people who exude a protective energy? Have you seen or felt the presence of unknown people who exude a protective and calm energy? These inexplicable phenomena are often considered angelic manifestations. Imagine being in a moment of need or danger and perceiving an indistinct figure or a being of light beside you, transmitting a sense of security. These angelic presences are described as beings of light or indistinct figures that emanate a comforting energy, ensuring that you are protected. Many people report brief encounters with these figures during critical moments. A practical example would be someone going through a dangerous situation and suddenly feeling a protective presence guiding them to safety. These signs of angels not only offer physical protection, but also emotional and spiritual peace. The angelic presence, even if fleeting, leaves a lasting impression of care and security, as if an angel is there taking care of you. These unknown presences can appear anywhere and at any time. Imagine walking alone at night and feeling that someone is beside you, ensuring your safety. These experiences are often accompanied by a feeling of warmth or a soft floral aroma, reinforcing the angelic presence. These angelic signs are ways to communicate their protection and support in a tangible and comforting way. Therefore, next time you feel or see an unknown presence that exudes protection and calm, accept it as a sign from the angels. They are there to ensure that you are safe and protected, offering their invisible but powerful support. And speaking of signs and coincidences, have you experienced synchronic events that seem to guide your path in an inexplicable way? Have you experienced significant coincidences or events that seem to happen synchronously, guiding you in an inexplicable way? Many believe that these synchronicities are signs of the presence and guidance of angels. Imagine needing an urgent answer and suddenly finding exactly the person or information you were looking for. These inexplicable phenomena are seen as signs from angels, demonstrating that you are being guided and supported on your journey. These synchronic events can occur in any aspect of life. A practical example would be going through financial difficulties and suddenly finding a job opportunity or receiving an unexpected amount of money. These angelic signs can appear through encounters with people, important messages, or necessary resources at the exact moment. These angelic touches are subtle but powerful ways to show that you are not alone and that angels are guiding your path. The presence of synchronic events is often perceived during moments of introspection or prayer. Imagine thinking about a specific problem and shortly after receiving a call or finding a book that addresses exactly that issue. These significant coincidences are seen as forms of angelic communication, offering solutions and answers in a direct and practical way. The spiritual energy behind these events is proof that you are being guided and protected. Therefore, next time you experience a significant coincidence, accept it as a sign from the angels. They are guiding you through synchronicities, offering support and guidance. Pay attention to these events and trust the messages they bring. So have you started to notice the signs of angels in your home? Now that you know how to identify these manifestations, how will you apply this knowledge in your daily life? Share your experiences in the comments and inspire others. To continue learning about angelic presence and explore more signs, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Also, check out the recommended video that appears on the screen to deepen your understanding of the presence and signs of angels. Let's go together on this journey of spiritual discovery.